Hey guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today I decided I would do more of a sit down, talking, relax video with you guys. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself today because I figured what better way to start a YouTube channel than for you to get to know a little bit about me. So I'm going to be telling you 25 random facts about me, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Fact number 1, I am 19. A lot of people have guessed wrong on my age. Usually people guess that I'm either 22 or like 16. It's never 19, so. Fact number 2, my birthday is June 27th and I am a Cancer zodiac sign. Let me know down below in the comments if you are a fellow crab and maybe we can have a good cry together or something that Cancers do. I was born in Florida and I have lived here my whole life. It's not as fun as people think it is. I have synthesesia, specifically associated synthesesia. Now, this one deserves kind of an explanation. What synthesesia is, at least with my specific type, so I have the kind that's with letters. Basically, I see every letter as a different color. And it's been this way since as long as I can remember, since like elementary school. I see the letter the way it is, but in my brain I also see a color filling that letter. And it's something that has never changed. I remember when I told my mom and dad about it, they questioned me and they told me to write like all the letters down to see if the colors were the same for every letter or if I messed up. I thought I was lying, but it turns out I did have it and I wasn't just fooling them because every letter had the same color to it. However many times I would write it down, it would always have the same color. I used to be terrified of horror movies, like terrified to the point you wouldn't believe. This was specifically around 6th grade where I started watching horror movies, so I'll never forget I was at my friend's house and we watched, I think it was Strangers. It was a horror movie called Strangers, and it's pretty much where this group like invade this house and it's based off of a real story and they kidnap the people and they torture them. Looking back on it, it was honestly a really basic horror movie. But 6th grade me got so freaked out by this that I could not sleep right for a month. It would take like hours for me to fall asleep because I kept looking at the door and just thinking about a stranger breaking in or someone sneaking into my house. It was fucking awful. It was really traumatizing and I had a huge anxiety problem because of that. But yeah, I was terrified of horror movies growing up. My favorite subjects growing up in middle school and high school were literature and art. Art being from like theater to drawing. Now that I'm in college, my favorite subjects are more along the lines of sociology and psychology, and then the arts being included, obviously. I am currently in college and I'm studying to get a degree in mass communications and film, so major and minor degree. What I want to do with that degree is I want to write, direct, and act. So pretty much the entertainment industry conjumbled. My favorite animal is an Arctic fox. I am both a coffee and a tea person. My favorite tea would probably have to be like jasmine or mint. And my favorite coffee is peppermint coffee, specifically from Starbucks. I have to have a lot of creamer in my coffee to function. I've pretty much concluded that my favorite coffee is a Frappuccino, which is not really a coffee. I don't know. My favorite holiday is Christmas. A few of my favorite movies to watch are Dead Poets Society, 10 Things I Hate About You, and Pride and Prejudice. What was funny about at least Dead Poets Society and 10 Things I Hate About You was that I watched them both in class the first time, which usually when you watch a movie in class, it's not the most exciting movie and you're just trying to get the class over with and it's kind of boring. But the case with these two was that they actually turned out to be two of my favorite movies and I would highly, highly recommend them. Like, Dead Poets Society specifically is amazing. Life-changing. It has Robin Williams in it and it's just good. For favorite books, I usually have a habit of reading series, so Harry Potter series, obviously. I was also really into Vampire Academy, specifically in middle school. I really fell in love with the character Rose in Vampire Academy and how she was just such a badass and like didn't give a crap about what anybody thought about her. She just did her, so yeah, that was one of my favorite series growing up. For like favorite single book on its own, man, do I have one? I don't know. I need to read more. My element is water. I'm a water baby, water sign. I'm a very emotional person. Um, Ever since I could remember, it's almost like I have an ocean inside of me because I will cry to commercials, music, like anything can make me cry, and it just comes on like that. It's not like I'm overly sensitive to the point where I'll get offended by like a lot of things, especially if it's like petty little shit. But I just like have a lot of feelings. My favorite mythical creature is a mermaid. One project that I'm currently working on is my own blog, promo. I'm really excited about that, and I've always wanted a blog for years, so. One of my favorite places that I've been to is North Carolina. I travel up there occasionally to see my aunt and uncle, and I love the mountains up there. Especially when it's snowing, it's just gorgeous. And I remember we got a cabin one time, like right on a hill, so the air was elevated and we got a view of the mountains and everything, and it was amazing. One day I would love to travel the entire world. I want to see all that is out there in this world, and specifically I would like to go to Europe. Even more specifically, London and Italy and France. I've been on cruises before. I've been to the Bahamas and the Caribbean, so I would want to go back there again as well. I would also really love to go to India and everywhere, pretty much everywhere. My favorite site is either Pinterest or Tumblr. The site that I post most often on is Instagram, but I think as far as like just what my favorite place to be is, it would be either Pinterest or Tumblr, because I think that Instagram can get a little bit much sometimes, just with people comparing themselves to each other. Also with people promoting products and this and that, and sometimes it can just get a little overwhelming. So I think that Pinterest and Tumblr are a little more low-key and relaxed, although Tumblr is like a frickin' black void, so. I would love to publish several books and poems in my life, both fiction and nonfiction. I watch YouTube since I was in middle school, like 6th grade, and I always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I was very nervous to get in front of the camera. Like I made several makeup tutorials a couple years back, and I would edit them and they would be like completely ready to go, and then I would just get nervous and judgmental of myself and like not do it. So I'm happy to say that I'm finally doing it, and I think that it will also kind of connect to the career I'm going towards, because I do want a career in film and I'm very interested in video and filming and the whole creative aspect of it, so I have a YouTube channel for that as well. I want to eventually branch out into short stories someday, and different kind of creative works like that. I do not have an exact date on when that is going to happen. I'm not too sure, but I eventually would love to do things like that. My Myers-Briggs personality type is an INFJ, which is like a whole different topic and subject, and it would need a whole different video. One role model / icon from back in the day for me would have to be Audrey Hepburn. So that wraps up the video, and I really like doing these sit-down talking videos with you guys. It just seems a lot more relaxing and chill. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. I have a lot of fun, exciting plans coming up, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!